Prepare your sweet tooth because this episode is all about sweets. A puffed pastry from France and a quick donut hole recipe. Get ready because this is Cooking with Flava with Ava.
Bonjour and welcome back to Cooking with Flava with me, Ava. Today we will be channeling our inner Paris as we make our French dessert, a Profiterole Taylor. If you don't know what a profiterole is, you're about to learn. Let's get cooking!
To start our profiterole dough, we will combine 1 stick of butter, 1 pinch of salt, 3 pinches of sugar, and melt on high heat for about a minute. Once it's done bubbling, we will cut the heat and add in our sifted flour. Our sifter is so old-fashioned.
I feel like I need to go churn some butter in the barn after this. So as you can see, sifting it just makes it come out very powdery.
Add 1 cup of our sifted flour.
Let's get to mixing. Our dough is about to start forming.
You know it's ready when the dough doesn't stick to the pan at all.
So we've gotten our little dough ball. So she's all good to go.
So we're going to add in 5 eggs, 1 at a time. And you want your mixture to be thick enough to where when it falls from the spoon, it's somewhat in a V formation. Last but not least, let's add the 5th egg. You'll notice that our dough ball transforms into a creamy battery mixture. Check for our V formation. I've transferred our mixture into a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, you can also use a Ziploc bag and then just chop the end of it off. And a trick to keeping all of our lovely profiteroles the same size is to just count to the same number in your head for each profiterole. Mine is 8. Don't worry, it's 8. Moving on. We want to make sure that our profiteroles are perfectly round. So, let's get some water and kind of just boop the top of our profiteroles and get rid of that little swivel it's got going on. In the oven they go for 30 minutes on 400 degrees and voila! Let's move on to making that yummy chocolate sauce that we're going to pour all over our profiteroles. We're going to start with 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, and 1 cup of water. Finally, 3/4 of a cup of honey. Let's give this a good whisking. Bubbling, bubbling. Ooh, it's bubbling like hot lava. Look at it. Okay, time to cut it from the heat. Let's add in our chocolate. This is 60%. You can use 60%, 70%, 60.52%, whatever floats your boat, butters your biscuit, tickles your pickle. Whatever you want to use, that's the chocolate you use. The higher the percentage, the more dark chocolatey it's going to be. Let's transfer our chocolate sauce to a bowl, and while it's chilling, we'll make our filling. Delicious hazelnut chocolate spread. The filling is pretty simple. We just combine 1/2 cup of hazelnut chocolate spread, 2/3 a cup of hazelnut liqueur, and whisk it together. In a separate bowl, combine 2 cups of heavy cream, 1/4 a cup of powdered sugar, and whisk, whisk, whisk. Then add that chocolate mixture we made earlier and make it one big happy family. We are now ready to fill our profiteroles. I have about 30 cc's of our filling. So we're just going to take the nozzle and create a little bit of a hole. And they're really airy, so it should be easy. If you don't have one of these flavor fillers, you can just use the Ziploc bag or the piping bag we use for the profiteroles. Last step is to lather our profiteroles in our delicious chocolate sauce.
Lord, the better. Woohoo! They call me Picasso.
Dunk a few of them. Alright, it's finally time to taste our profiteroles. I'm a chocolate person, so I will be going for a covered one. Here we go. The filling came out. The profiterole is so crispy and flaky. The filling, look at that. And then it's just covered in chocolate. What more can you ask for? Maybe another one? Ha 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 ha. Okay guys, for those of you at home who aren't quite ready to try the profiterole recipe, I'm going to show you a quick and simple donut hole recipe that is still sure to please. To start, we fill our 10-inch pot with some canola oil. And it's important that your pot's pretty deep so that whatever we drop in still fries, without the use of a fryer. The secret to these easy donut holes is using biscuit dough that's already in a can. I'll try not to flinch. I always flinch. Okay. Every time it scares me. Anyways, I'm gonna cut each biscuit into quarter pieces, then roly in our hands, then off to the hot tub. Let's let our donut holes cook for a couple of minutes on medium-high heat, and they'll actually flip over on themselves when they're ready. Oh, look at that color! So perfectly golden. Now we're going to scoop them into our paper towel lined bowl. We're so close to tasting! Next up, the filling for our donut holes. Super simple, 2 ingredients, half a cup of our chocolate hazelnut spread, and a couple of splashes of condensed coconut milk to thin it out so it's easy to use in our injector. Now that we have our filling, we're going to inject just like with the profiteroles. Last step is to make the coating for our donut holes. We're going to do just powdered sugar, and then we're going to do powdered sugar, cocoa powder, and a little bit of cinnamon. So we're going to add a splash of our cocoa powder, and then a shimmy of our cinnamon. My friends would always ask for these growing up, but little did they know how easy they are to make. Ta-da! So we just finished making the cocoa, cinnamon, and powdered sugar donut holes. Now let's make the plain and simple powdered sugar donut holes. On each side. Actually, in light of everything going on, we're just going to combine our equally beautiful, equally tasty profiteroles. Here we go. So good! That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more flavorful dishes, subscribe. And if you try any of these recipes, tag me because I want to see. And tune in next time because we're making tacos! I'll be in too.